Hi, my name is Nur Soha, and I'm going to present how chicken digestion work. So first, big will break feed into small piece. So saliva inside the mouth will moisten the feed and begin start digestion. So in mouth there will be carbohydrate starch digestion. So inside the chicken mouth, there is several salivary glands that open via duct into the oral cavity. So this gland produce a mucus-rich saliva that moisten and lubricate the feed and easily push the feed into esophagus and prevent esophagus tissue damage. Second, esophagus move feed into the crop. So in crop there is a lactobacillus bacteria that live inside the crop and will um, provide acidic environment because lactobacillus bacteria produce acid lactic. So this acid lactic will give will give a acidic environment that is perfect for microbe to live inside the crop. So microbe that live inside the crop release enzyme. That's what we call microbial enzyme. So this enzyme microbe release for their own benefit, for their own life process. For example, microbe inside the crop will break down the starch so they get the energy from the starch, but at the same time it benefit the chicken. So, with the microbial enzyme, chicken will be able to eat faster but digest slowly because the content of the feed will stay inside the crop for up to 12 hours. Okay, so that's where the microbial enzyme come from, and that's where the acid and the bacteria come from. And lastly, where did the mucus and water come from? So mucus in the crop, there is a lining of the crop will produce mucus and water to soften the hard particle. So the hard particle will be softened by mucus and water released by lining of the crop. And secondly, inside the crop, there is a population of lactobacillus bacteria that will produce acid lactic to provide a perfect environment for microbial enzyme to do the digestion inside the crop, and also it is to make this chicken immune system strong because this acidic environment will inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria like E. coli, salmonella. Okay, so and the population of lactobacillus inside the crop start very earlier, just within an hours of hatching. So when baby chicken hatch, a few hours after that, there will be lactobacillus bacteria that will colonize their crop and help them start doing the digestion lah. Okay. And the third is proventriculus. Proventriculus is a stomach in a bird. So chicken is one of the bird. So in a proventriculus, there will be a release of hydrochloric acid and gastric enzyme. So in proventriculus, they will begin the protein breakdown, protein digestion. While in mouth, there will be a starch. They will begin the starch digestion, the carbohydrate digestion. Okay, and then the fourth is gizzard. So gizzard is a muscular grinding chamber lined with hard choline and contain pebble and act like a teeth and crushing feed into fine particles. So choline is a carbohydrate protein complex and not a keratin. Okay, so choline is released by epithelial and glandular cell in gizzard lining. So gizzard lining produce choline, and choline form a multiple layer membrane that coat the inner surface of the gizzard. So function of choline is to protect the muscular wall of gizzard during the digestion process. So choline protect muscular wall gizzard from the damage during the digestion process, and choline will will constantly renew for the next digestion process. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
So, after the process at the gizzard and proventriculus, the food will move to the small intestine where the breakdown and absorption process happen. Small intestine divide into three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Different parts gonna absorb different nutrients for the birds. Next, the food will move to Cisai. It's located at the junction of ileum and the short colon. The fermentation of any remaining coarse materials. It also produces several fatty acid as well as V vitamin. And for the last part, for the digestive system, is large intestine and cloaca. Okay, for the large intestine, or should be called colon, the final stage for the water reabs- reab- reabsorption happen before going to cloaca. The cloaca is where all the waste mixed together with urinary waste and somehow is the same way the eggs get out. Okay, so we will dig deeper in small intestine. As I said earlier, small intestine divide into three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So for duodenum, the duodenum receive digestive enzyme and bicarbonate to counter the hydrochloric acid from the proventriculus, from the pancreas, and bile from the liver via the gallbladder. The digestive enzymes produced by the pancreas are primarily involved in protein digestion. So, the bicarbonate we receive from the pancreas and mucus, it helps neutralize stomach acid and creating optimal pH for enzyme activities. And next, it will move to jejunum, the lower small intestine. This is where the high absorption area, which is rich in villi and microvilli, to maximizing nutrient uptake. It absorbs amino acid, sugars, fatty acid, electrolytes such as calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, and also waters. And after that, it will move to ileum, the final segment that is specialized for absorption that takes up remaining vitamin B12 by salts, water, and possibly some nutrients that stay lingering around intestine. And after that, we move to ceca, the paired blind pouches that located at the junction of ileum and the short colon. So, ceca is the host diverse microflora and that ferment fiber that undigest starch and nitrogenous waste. It produces short-chain volatile fatty acid such as acetate, propionate, butyrate, as well as microbial B vitamins. It also helps concentrate waste before elimination by water and salt absorption. It's also expelled 2 to 3 times daily cecal droppings. After that, we move on to large intestine and cloaca. So, intestine, or we call colon, is the where final water reabsorption to remove excess water and to compact all the fecal matter. And then cloaca share the exit chamber that receive input from digestive, urinary and reproductive system. It means the urinary and digestive product, and also the reproductive, that is the female produce egg. It will come out from the same exit. Uh, so this is why you should wash your the chicken eggs properly before using it, because it has been contaminated with any bacteria from the urinary urinary system from the chicken.
Hi, my name is Habib, and I will tell you what should chicken eat. And first, they need eat carbon, fat, protein, grit, vitamin and mineral, and lastly, clean water. And now, first, carbohydrate. These are the main source of energy for chicken since they have small intestine. They need carbohydrate that are easy to absorb, like corn or wheat. Without enough carb, they won't have the energy to grow, lay egg, or stay active. Next is fat. Even though chicken doesn't need a lot of fat, it's still important. Fat gives them concentrate energy more than carb and protein. It also helps their body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. This support things like vision, bone strength, and overall health. Protein is the most essential part of chicken diet. After digestive, it's breakdown into amino acid, which can use to build up muscle, feather, and even laying egg. Young chicken need more protein to grow, while laying hen need it for egg production. Now, grit might not sound like a nutrition, but it's very important part of feeding. Chicken doesn't have teeth, so they need grit, which are tiny stones, to grind their food to the glycer. This helps break down the feed before it reaches down to the small intestine, making digestive more efficient. Vitamin and mineral are also the key. Like vitamin, for example, it's need for a strong eggshell. Vitamin like A and E also help boost the immune system and keep the chicken body work properly. Even small intestine can lead to sickness or poor egg production. And finally, water. Clean water is just as important as the food itself. It helps dissolve the transportation nutrient, keep digestive moving, and help chicken control their body temperature, especially in hot weather. The chicken doesn't drink enough water, they might also stop eating.
My name is Ahmad Abdul. Today I would like to discuss the best diet strategy for chicken physiology, providing optimal nutrient for our birds. Let's look at the core diet component. The foundation should always be a balanced pellet feed. These are designed to be a nutrient complete and easily digestible. Alongside this, consider green and insect to mimic their natural foraging, which provide additional nutrient and enrichment, and crucial for digestion is grit access. Chicken don't have this, so grit in their gizzard help grind down food. Moving to age-specific feeding, a chicken diet must involve. Moving to age-specific feeding, a chicken diet must evolve. For starter chick, we need to high protein, typically 20 to 22% for rapid initial growth. As they mature, transition to a grower feed with moderate protein around 16 to 18%. And for laying hens, a layer feed rich in calcium is vital for strong eggshell and their own heads. Now this strategy dive into some broader key takeaways for optimal animal nutrient. Firstly, understanding digestion is paramount. As monogastric animal, chicken requires specific, easily digestible feed type, reinforcing the need for pellet feed and grit. This contribute to balanced nutrient, ensuring they get all essential carb, protein, fat, vitamin, mineral, and grit. Our discussion on age-specific feeding directly relate to tailor feeding, adjusting the diet based on the animal age and production stage. Finally, ensure continuous access to fresh water and grit always. as both are critical for health and digestion. And importantly, there are things to avoid. Never feed your chicken moldy feed. It's toxic. Limit excessive fiber as their digestive system isn't designed for it. Absolutely avoid raw beans which contain harmful compounds.